Welcome to the We Are Not Lawyers podcast. I'm John.
I am David.
You are? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, because you were questioning yourself a couple of minutes ago.
No, not at all.
So, welcome to our viewers. We're back once again to, share some wisdom with you all because we're not lawyers.
And that's the only way that would work, isn't it?
Of course, and nothing that we talk about here can be taken as legal advice either. So,
No, not at all.
not at all.
No.
I actually had some feedback from one of our viewers.
Oh.
He actually liked our, I don't know what happened then, actually likes our videos.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know.
Anything specific or just he likes our videos?
No, well, he said to me that the content from one of our videos actually hit home for him.
Oh.
And he could really relate to what we were talking about.
Oh, I know. This is the long weather?
Yes.
Did you speak to him by any
I
chance?
actually did speak to him.
Yeah, I was thinking of giving him a call, but then I didn't.
Yeah, well, no, I did anyways, and I had a good half-hour chinwag with him.
Oh, yeah.
And he was saying how he really resonated with what we were talking about. And I suspect there'd be a lot more men out there who do resonate with regards to what we talk about. And anyways, it was a pretty quick, chat. And he's, fighting through the system himself as well as a self-represented litigant.
Hard work.
It is hard work. So we here at Fair Income Legal run an advocacy service where we look after men's rights and procedural
Fairness, we'll say.
fairness. Okay, yep. With the family circuit courts. So this morning you walked into the office.
What did I say?
And I bailed you up. And I said to you, we're going to do a podcast today. And you're like,
Yes.
what do you want to talk about, John?
Yes.
Well, I've always got something to talk about.
Oh yeah, so you want to do a precursor to the all right, go on. Go on then.
Well, you were prepared for it.
No,
so.
go on then, go on.
Well, I wanted your hot takes on the current heat in society today with Pauline Hanson and her comments about domestic violence.
So just refresh me on what she may or may not have said.
Well, Pauline Hanson was on some podcast somewhere, on a radio interview or something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what, but
Okay.
she made her comments that domestic violence goes both ways.
Ah, yes. So normally what we do is we get your hot take.
My hot take. Well, my hot take, the conspiracy in me and all the rest, where I thought, well, she's got a point with what she's put forward because it's not a lie that, DV does go both ways.
Does it?
Well,
Well, let's use the Socratic method as
the Socratic method.
Yeah, as my mentor, young Doug, if you're out there.
G'day,
Yes.
Doug.
So let's go to first principles here. Okay, so domestic violence, what is it?
Very good question. Very good question.
For the viewers out there too.
For the viewers? Well, domestic violence in today's society is based on the... What's that method now that it's just escaped me. I had it in my head.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it either.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a right. That, you're
Yes.
talking about the feminists, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about, but okay, but would you say it's a legal term, or would you say it's just conduct of a specific kind that you can point at and go, yeah, I know that's it, or is it, like I said, is it to do with the policing of it?
It's identified as conduct.
Okay, it's conduct.
Mm.
Okay, so
It's conduct.
Okay, so does it always meet, say, the criminal standard, or is it something different to that?
Well, it can't meet the criminal standard because there's no evidence based upon the allegations.
No, hang on, you're getting two things conflated.
Okay.
Forget about the evidence for a moment.
Okay.
You have just said that domestic violence, and I guess you were parroting and on the bold assertions, to quote our favourite High Court cases.
Yes.
Pauline Hanson, right?
Yes.
Who says that domestic violence flows both ways.
Correct.
And I say, oh, what is domestic violence? And you so from that frame, what are we talking about? Give me an example of a woman doing domestic violence to man.
A very, very well.
Watch this one.
It's domestic violence from a woman's behaviour.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Would be the silence treatment.
All right, let me just write that down.
Silence.
That sounds like peace to me. But go on. Sorry.
Reminds me of one of those jokes
Yes. Yes. Okay.
that travel the internet.
Yes.
Anyways.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
silence, where they treat you with silence.
Yeah, I understand. Like stonewalling.
Stonewalling, correct.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So when Pauline Hanson says domestic violence flows both ways, and as an example, she's giving you the silent treatment when you say, "Honey, what do you want to have for dinner tonight?" And she's like, "No, not saying anything."
Yep.
And it frustrates the hell out of you. Or worse circumstances. Okay. So outside of the relationship, what are you saying should happen when she's been? I mean, who's assessing whether that is domestic violence or not?
No one.
Well,
it's she treats you with silence.
yes.
For most men, as you indicated, is bliss, right?
Yeah.
But moving on from that, most men would probably go, okay, not talking to me, go and do what I've got to do.
Yeah, but you're backing up my point.
No, I am backing up your point, right? The issue, though, is if the roles were reversed,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
and she then decided to go and take it up with the local police officer
Yes.
or the local magistrate
The constabulary.
the
Yes.
constabulary,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
They would then take that as being domestic violence.
Well, I mean, a man is probably not likely to do the silent treatment. He's more likely to, clip her or something.
But that's what happens. We, as men, wouldn't
Yes.
classify it as domestic violence. I suppose that the only time that we would sort of go to domestic violence when it becomes physical.
Yes, and physical aspects of violence are already covered under the Crimes Act.
Crimes Act, yes.
Yes,
It's a criminal act.
So you were in favour of, or you were partial, we'll say,
Partial, yes.
to Pauline Hanson's statement that hey, domestic violence goes both ways, and therefore, hey, not only do we need it policed, but then we also need a minister for men.
Well, I didn't specifically say minister.
No,
man,
but
you're pushing the friendship here now, mate.
No, but my point, and I think you understand my point. That internal tension
Yes,
you're
yes.
feeling right now, where you're on the wrong side. Well, all I'm saying is that if let's just take Pauline Hanson's words at face value,
yes.
that domestic violence flows both ways. The thing is, they are not empty words, right? They are a policy prescription.
Yeah.
Right. So because what she's doing and what we have talked about is that what Parliament wants to do, and she's the lead executive if she becomes Prime Minister, right? Is that she wants to get a policy together for her Parliament where they start trying to remedy a social ill.
Correct.
The social ill being domestic violence doesn't just flow one way; it flows both ways.
Yep.
Okay. So if you do that, then you're going to have what? New laws being introduced, right? And
More bureaucracy.
Right, but let's just get to the heart of this. The laws are going to target female behaviour, right? And that's going to make more laws. And I'm asking you, what will the nature of those laws be? Because I don't believe there'll be criminal. They'll be just like the current intervention orders. They'll be civil.
Civil, yeah.
And I say that's, well, I mean, you don't remedy. I don't think, although maybe you might think so, and maybe many of the people out there would think so. But I don't believe that you remedy, say, too many allegations made by women by making it easier for men to make allegations. I don't think that's the remedy.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, that's where Pauline Hanson is going with that. And where I say, no, I don't want that. And what I want is to say, let's investigate what allegations are and what their relationship to intervention orders, for example, are. And by doing that, then we can say, okay, well, from now on, let's go back to how we were a little bit, which is where a violence order was attached to criminal conduct that had already received conviction, for example, and not untether it, where basically what they're doing is they're saying it's not criminal conduct that we're going after anymore. Now we're going, no, we're going to lower the threshold, and we're going to say now it's in civil, right? And for all of those you want to know what that means, it just means it's not to the criminal standard anymore. It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. It's on the balance of probabilities, right? So go and research that if you like. And there's other things attached to that, which means that because in a criminal court where you need to be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, there are reasonable doubt level protections that you've got, including that the level of evidence must meet that standard. Right? To find someone guilty of something, you better have film footage or bruises or right. You better have something, right? But on balance of probabilities, you've lowered it. You've lowered it. And as we talk about Briginshaw, which is already on our board, quite often is that the downstream effects of these orders, whether they're against men or women, are going to be, well, they already are, severe. Certainly against men, that's what we're fighting against. And yet the evidence level is at the, well, it's actually not even at the civil level. It's lower. It's on the balance of convenience. Right, which just means that the cop comes along and, there's two people fighting and one goes, one's called the cops and go, hey, help me here. And they're like, oh, well, something's happened, so we're going to put an order on him, and now he can't see his kids or be in his house.
So while you've been having that little rant, the Duluth model, that's what the DV is based on. The issue is obviously, look, so I think Pauline Hanson has brought the topic out for people to talk about and be aware of it. I think one of the things that hasn't been correctly identified or identified at all is your original question, what is DV? And the Duluth model, covers that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's way off the mark.
Well, I say, look,
can be worked on.
Yeah, well, I think that it should be worked off, not worked on. I know
you take the piss out of me, but you know what I mean.
No, I do. But I'm trying to say that what I would prefer, and not that matters, but would be essentially to go back in time a little bit and go, well, what were preventative orders based on
in the beginning,
which is when someone was violent, and now we know the issue with that is that the 50 women, not 80, that are killed each year, which has been stable even in the last 10 years since the Duluth model has been
introduced.
And really punishing families. Since it's been introduced, the number has not moved.
Well, I was reading a study just the other day where they've actually said that the violence towards women has actually gone backwards.
Oh, so it's gone up? As in the
No, it's gone down. As in the rate of DV, like physical murders and stuff like that, it's actually gone down. There's actually more murders, men to men, than what there is men to women.
Well, that's always been the case.
Always has.
But okay, so we might clash here because I think that the murder rate and assault and battery have not moved. Not since like I was looking into this as of 2016, has not moved, which is really when the Duluth model and DV started to become
take effect.
Yeah, into the vernacular, and that is evidence to me that none of the things that they're doing really capture the population that they're seeking to. Instead, they're catching everyone else in the net.
Well, anyway, look, Pauline Hanson's remarks have actually, taken off on the internet, and mainstream media have been talking about it as well. There's various different narratives that have been, painted with regards to her comments, and some are making her look good, some are making her look bad. There's a fair few influencers out there talking about it as well. So I just, thought, oh well, why don't we have a little chat about it?
Well, look, I think that the discussions around it will lead to nothing good, and so while it's, I guess it's just something that is the fact that attention is being brought by someone as high profile, bringing those comments to the table. That the solution that's going to be downstream of that is going to be another nail in the coffin, because we already have thousands of. This is what our business model is. That there's 160,000 couples that separate with kids under 18 each year.
Each year,
and we have a substantial proportion of those are making private agreements under what we're calling the shadow of law. And that number is about to increase even further if you now make it so that now women can be victimised too. And I'm not a believer in that. Like, I think we already had, enough years where, women's rights, will say, were not quite at the same standard. I think in the last 30 to 50 years, that's certainly been remedied, and it's gone the other way. To some degree, and this is just going to make it worse. For everyone. Because it's already bad for men in general. In terms of family, I should say that, because I'm not saying in any other regard necessarily. I'm not talking about that, but in family matters. Men are not doing well, and I guess by extension, therefore, neither is the family or the women. And now you're going to extend that to add another branch onto that, which would be these,
which won't work out too good
on women.
All right, let's move on. I think you had an email or an anonymous post again that you came across.
I did, yeah.
You want to share it with us?
I do. I just want to put a nail in
that coffin.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, no. Enough said. I think. Okay. Enough said. All right. So this is from the Family Law something or other group. I'm not sure which one this is. Family Law Court and FVIO Hub, Australia. All right. Here we go. This is from anonymous member. And I don't know what they're going to say. It just looked
interesting
reasonable enough.
Okay.
So, anonymous member says, "Hi everyone. I'm looking for real-world experiences, not legal advice." Perfect.
Perfect for us.
Right.
Because we don't give legal advice.
No, never. I did hear you on the phone. I'm not sure. From
it's not recorded.
It might be. From anyone who's dealt with an ex who completely stonewalls in family law. Well, that's many, but all right. No engagement, no cooperation, delays, and basic info like school updates not being shared. No reply to any polite email, refusal of any accountability, 100% blame shifting. That to me sounds like one of our clients, actually. Reading that now, I think I've just lost it, have I? No, I've lost it.
You just clicked on it.
I clicked on it, which I didn't mean to.
Well, funny enough, we do get many of these types of stories on a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
And it's all same but different.
Yeah, no, that's right. They all look the same. So, no, I found the end. So,
okay.
To be fair, our relationship wasn't perfect. Sounds like ownership there. Definitely not a woman. So, my apologies. And we both made mistakes. Oh, admitting mistakes for the other. It's always a risk. The woman would never. Anyway, but as a God, that sounds like what's the term?
Misogyny.
Misogyny.
I wasn't going to go there, but you led me to it. You gave me the segue for it.
All right. But as a parent, there's never been any issue with me. I'm safe, consistent, and child-focused with our 7-year-old daughter. Those wanky terms, though, clearly, I'm not sure if, like, it could be a man, but now he's got me hedging.
Maybe a bit of soy milk.
A bit of soy milk. All right. I haven't seen my child for over a year. No, that's a man. That's a man. And attempts to stay involved via school, sport have been blocked or disrupted. I'm documenting everything, but evidence alone doesn't seem to change behaviour. No, it wouldn't, would it? If you've been through this, what actually helps break the silence or shift things in the shorter term, even slightly, what didn't work? Comments appreciated. Thank you. What do you think of that one? What's your hot take on that?
My hot take on that? We've heard it all before. We've, heard very similar stories. I don't know, I guess I'm going to make the assumption that there's an IVO or an AVO or some sort of, violence order against him, hence why he can't go past the school.
Well, it doesn't have to be, does there?
No, it doesn't have to be, but, that's usually, the threats of one. He hasn't indicated whether any claims have been made against him at this stage, but I'm assuming there would be.
Well, yeah, and just to highlight this too, that it doesn't have to be the case that you have an IVO against you. If one person withholds the child, and it is typically the mother, it is very difficult, even without that IVO, to go to a school because there's the threat of police being called, an IVO, child protection. It's all there. So it's actually an orderless situation. Which is very, and this is some of the difficulties that many are facing in family court, because without an order to attack, or even an IVO, it's not simple. So, what would be the first steps, do you think, in
trying to resolve this?
Yeah.
Well, the first step, in my opinion, would probably be a form of mediation.
Yeah.
You'd go to mediation, or you try and organise mediation through one of the many different mediation bodies that are out there. You can go for private mediation as well, as opposed to the government-based mediation.
Well, I mean, here, you'd probably go to Relationships Australia and you give them a call.
Yeah.
And you can see, though, so this is the thing as to why we have issues with lawyers a lot of time, because, if you brought this
to a lawyer,
they might have you believing that mediation is going to get you somewhere. You need to do it in order to get to family court, which is the ultimate authority. However, the other party has already communicated what their stance is. Like they're not communicating, and they're saying, I don't want you as the parent
of this child.
Right, and that's really clear. Blocked or disrupted schools, sports, everything. And so this is interesting. I think why I read this one is because of the comment.
Okay.
So this is from anonymous member 322. It's possible the other parent doesn't share your view of being safe. And they may consider what you refer to as blame shifting as refusing accountability in reverse. Now this is a difficult, to me, that sounds like a woman, right? Or it sounds like someone who identifies with the person who's withholding.
Correct.
And then they say, no engagement is also a legitimate approach to narcissistic abuse and DV perpetrators. So we can't say from the information provided what exactly is going on. No, so that's incorrect. Because regardless of whether you're a narcissist or not, communication with regards to the
child
is withholding.
Mm.
It is, and I guess like it does predate the state.
Yeah.
However, it's codified in the Family Law Act under Section 61B and C. Not legal advice at all.
Mm.
And so this person, who I'm going to say is a woman, continues on after this comment about narcissistic abuse. It may be best to offer to have supervised contact for a period of time, to have a third party provide commentary on your relationship with your daughter.
Mm.
That's amazing.
Mm.
Like
What gives this person the opinion, right, that this man isn't entitled to
his parental authority
of 50-50 on this child,
right,
and just willy-nilly throws out these terms, about supervised access,
Yeah, and this is it's a bit like it's a contagion, and we're dealing with this, and it has not reached its endpoint yet.
No.
Unfortunately, and then it says you may wish to voluntarily do some kind of parenting course to show the other parent, court, third parties that you are committed to a safe and healthy relationship with your child.
That's absolute rubbish.
Isn't it?
Absolute rubbish.
So I mean, she sounds like the court.
Yeah.
And so this is like a unilateral decision that's being enforced by the court. And this is the struggle of why I say, look, right now it might be men who are being hard done by in terms of their children. I don't want to be in a situation where now it's women. I don't want to have that. I want neither.
Yeah,
Like,
neither. Yeah.
Right? It needs to be that things are evidence-based and that parental rights predate any of this stuff, and that it's not a social expectation that if you don't like the other partner, you just go, well, I'm going to take that out by withholding the children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is what we're seeing.
What we're seeing here. Yeah.
Now, Amanda Joy, she's got her name there, so she says, why haven't you seen your daughter for a year? Have you made an application for parenting orders? Now, that's a little bit delusional, because what we've seen is even when you apply for parenting orders, they do everything they can
To block you.
Yes.
100%.
Unfortunately. And now Jodie Deacon says, my ex is dismissive avoidant. Okay. I tried alone but got ignored. I got a lawyer and they didn't even answer their own lawyer, and I was still waiting. 18 months on, I am filing. All I can say is that record of their failure to communicate and negotiate should work in your favour. Should.
No, it does.
Right. And then the last comment, which is Erin McGowan, says, do they have a lawyer? Mine does, a tier 1 asshole, and nothing has helped, even DFFH findings of him causing harm, but trial in November, so ask me then. I haven't seen my kids in over a year after him taking them from school, leaving me crazy trying to find them. They are dead set pieces of beep. So you see, like it's not just. It isn't, like,
It's a two-way street.
It is. It's just majority men. But like, I mean, to read that is really strange sometimes. Like to know
Not
that is
often.
happening. Yeah.
It's not often. Well, yeah. There you go. Look, there's a few terms that are getting thrown around in this discussion here that I don't really agree with. Like narcissist. Well, you need to be clinically diagnosed.
And how would that do anything anyway? Like that's one person's
Okay.
opinion,
Yeah. So he's a narcissist, she's a narcissist, whatever the case may happen to be. At the end of the day, how does that affect parental rights?
It doesn't, and I mean just on that
Point.
of narcissism, that like when you look at a diagnosis of narcissism, it's basically this sort of either one or two things, either being like grandiose or the other way, just being like very fragile in your identity, and what it leads to is people questioning themselves just constantly, and the way that comes out is undermining the other person or splitting behaviour, right?
Yeah.
And the interesting part of this is that, okay, so say the guy is a narcissist. The type of person who will go or will have a relationship
Attracted to them?
Yep, will also be a
Another
narcissist,
narcissist,
just in a different form.
Mm.
Usually, although it's not, this is all, grey area,
Yeah.
pseudoscience bullshit. Like borderline type personality, that sort of thing, or a depressive or anxious avoidant, all of these sorts of things. So it's
Well, it's become very trendy these days just to throw those terms around. Oh, he was a narcissist.
He was a narcissist.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No dramas. All right. Well, look, that was a nice, short and sweet discussion.
Was it?
Yeah.
Pretty lengthy.
I don't know. Was it 34 minutes? We're doing all right. We're not lawyers. I'm not a lawyer. You're not a lawyer.
No.
This is not legal advice. So until next time, see you later.
Bye now.